18 races down the books, and 17 left to go as we start the second half of the season of the Castrol GTX Cup Series. As the 19th stop of the season brings us to New Hampshire National Speedway in Loudon, New Hampshire, the Magic Miles they call it, and also one of the two flat 1 mile tracks we go to on the circuit. The other being, of course, Phoenix. And we are here today for the running of the Bass Pro Shops 300s. We're set for 45 laps of action on this 1.058 mile racetrack. And here's starting lap for today's running event. On the pole, it is Jessica Shelton, 2-time winner of the season so far. McDonald's Ford, car number 94. She'll be alongside Joshua Osborne, car number 99. The Exide Bears SKF Ford. Osborne this season won at North Wilkesboro. Shelton, the 2-time winner of the season so far, winning at Atlanta and Sonoma. Second row has the winner at Texas, Cole Deaver in the GM Goodrich Chevrolet, car number 3. And Cab Sheeran, 36, the winner this season at Martinsville. Third row has car 60, Chris Dalton, who 2-time winner this season so far. And Keith Batson, car 88, Texaco Haviland, the Quality Care Services Ford Credit Ford. Batson nearly won the 400 down at Daytona, the last race on the tour. Looks for redemption here today at New Hampshire. Row number 4 will have Charles Sanford in 42, the Bellsum Chevrolet, and beside him will be Jesse Turner, number 75. Row number 5 has Kyle Matthews, two-time winner season so far, in car number 24, the DuPont Chevrolet. And number 45, Seth Cole in the 10-10-345 Lucky Dog Pontiac. And by the way, Seth carrying one of our in-car cameras in today's event as well. Going to row number 6 will have Phil Parker, number 5, the Kellogg's Cornflakes Chevrolet, and Shane Lake in number 30, the Jimmy Dean Sausages Pontiac. Next, we're down to Alex Miller, number 71, and Dylan Poteet, number 22. Poteet winner this season at Bristol. Next, we're down after that will be car number 28, Cat Batson, Texaco Haviland Ford, and Dylan Young in the Miller Lite Ford, car number 2, going for 3 in a row after what we won at Michigan and the 400 at Daytona. Next row down has car number 43, Joshua Collard, who has our second in-car camera in today's event. He'll be alongside Jay Jefferson in car number 1, the Pennzoil Chevrolet. Next row down has car number 90, Quentin Moore in the Hills Brothers Coffee Ford, and Casey Nanico, a good qualifying run for him in car number 7 in the Phillips Chevrolet. Next row down is Johnny Gardner in 25, the Budweiser Chevrolet, and alongside here who has our third in-car camera. He'll be alongside car number 4. It is William Brock in the Kodak Film Chevrolet. Next row down has car number 40, Nathan Orman in the Coors Light 4 Chevrolet, and Matt Haas in 18, the Interstate Barriers Pontiac. Next row down has number 77, Paul Minnick, and number 44, Mike Becker. Then it's Nathan Hudson in 31 and Ryan Brommer in 26. Next row down after that would be car number 9, Sky Commons, and number 66, Zachary Fitzwater. Next row down after that would be car number 20, Brandon Parker in the Home Depot Pontiac, and beside him will be car number 55, Henry Sanford. Next row down has Rob Evans in number 12 and number 21, Marcus Sachi. Then it's number 11, Emmanuel Hartnett, and the number 6 of Jordan Lopez. Next one after that would be car 97, Zach Winkle, and number 10, Mitchell Collins. Then it's James Henry at 33, and 16 it is Julius Anderson. So the field getting set for 45 laps of action on this 1.058 mile racetrack here at New Hampshire International Speedway. And what's been a competitive season so far in the Castrol GTX Cup Series, we are 18 races in the books, as I said, and 16 races are left to go, as well as being to say actually 16 to go, not 17, but 16 to go. And this is the 19th stop in the tour. Next stop after this will be at Pocono Raceway for the running of the Wix Filters 400. That'll be the next up on the tour after that. But this is New Hampshire. Let's get the command to fire them up.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
To the person giving the command, there is a woman on the pole for this event. So it's not all gentlemen. So there's actually 3 ladies who's actually I think two ladies actually in the field. Actually, are Jessica Shelton and Kat Batson. I think is the two ladies in the field here today in this season. Field come off corner number 2 here, so we're getting set for racing here. As the field of 40 cars get ready to go racing here. Again, our in-car cameras today will be carried by Johnny Gardner, Joshua Collard, and Seth Cole. Those three will be carrying our in-car cameras in today's event. As field rounds off corner number 4. And as the green flag flies, we are underway here at New Hampshire International Speedway. And 3 wide already here. Chris Stollerton to the low side of Cole Deaver and Kev Shears. They come off turn number 2. Jessica Shelton jumps out in front with Joshua Osborne in second position. Now as they come into turn number 3, Deaver breaks out of that 3 wide hole, and here they come off turn number 4. And now Charles Samper moves Dollarton up to the high side as he looks low on the track here. Seth Cole, meantime, in the middle of a 3-wide sandwich between he, Jesse Turner, and Phil Parker. On board Seth Cole's car number 45. Running just behind Kyle Matthews and Keith Batson. Seth right now running in 9th position up ahead of Phil Parker, as we said, and Jesse Turner as they come into turn number 1. Seth does not know who he wants to go with here. He knows that Batson and Matthews both have fast cars here today. And you talk about history on this racetrack here of connecting cars. Well, this car here has a little bit of history at New Hampshire. That car, Joshua Osborne's right there, is of course the same paint scheme Jeff Burton drove in 1999. Of course, I mentioned that name because obviously Burton had a dominant run at New Hampshire a few times in his career. Rides second place right now in hopes of bringing that 99 victory lane just like Burton did at New Hampshire back in 1999, the first race there at least. Deaver runs 3rd, 4th is Shearer, 5th is Dollarton, 6th is Sanford, 7th right now is Kyle Matthews. Seth Cole now runs in 8th position. 9th, trying to fight back on the outside, is Keith Batson. With Phil Parker right now running in 10th position. Kat Batson right now, Keith's wife, running in 11th position. Joshua Collard is trying to get around Jesse Turner for 13th position. Riding inside Joshua Collard's car, the SDP Pontiac. Collard, a winner this season at Riverside Raceway, one of the 2 road courses we've run on this season so far. We'll be heading to the 3rd one 4 races from now when we head to Watkins Glen for the 3rd and final shot on the road course. Jesse Turner is still hanging on the outside of the racetrack here, but still hanging tough on the outside, I should say. Collard would not get by him. Meantime, looking up ahead right there, behind that is Shane Lake going up underneath Dylan Young. Lap speeds here just a little over 140 miles per hour around New Hampshire. A bit fast for this racetrack here. I think I set the AI just a little bit too fast for this track here, but they're ordinarily at New Hampshire, they do run about 130 plus in real life. 130 to maybe 135 miles an hour. 140, a bit fast on this racetrack, though. I will say that. As we said, this is one of 3 1-mile tracks we go to on the circuit. one of four, I should say, one-mile tracks we go to on the circuit. There's this track here, along with Phoenix, Rockingham, and Dover. Each of those three tracks will be going to this later on this season. Because Rockingham and Dover has one more race to go on this tour, while Phoenix will be the next to the last race of the season. Back to leaders, the top 7 cars have pulled away, led by Jessica Shelton, as she has led all the way so far from the pole. In the number 94 McDonald's Ford, she won, as we said, at Atlanta, and she also won at Sonoma. Nearly pulled off the 400 down in Daytona, though, but alas, it was not too big for her. She got past with I think it was about 4 to go, and I think in that race. Still came home with a solid 12th place run in that event, though, but still. Deaver still remains third position. There's the Shearer and Dollarton battled out. That's 4th and 5th on your screen right there, the 36 and the 60 cars. And meantime, two buddies, Charles Sanford and Kyle Matthews. I almost said child. Dadgummit. Charles Sanford and Kyle Matthews, 42 and, 42 backwards, 24. Battling out for position right there. Matthews currently right now leads the, I think, either leads the points or he's second in points. One of the two coming into this event. At New Hampshire. Matthews runs 7th, Seth Cole running in 8th, 9th is Batson, 10th is Parker, son of a gun, Parker. Cat Batson runs 11th, 12th is Collard, 13th is Turner, 14th is Dylan Young. Alex Miller runs 15th, 16th right now is Shane Lake, 17th is Jay Jefferson, 18th right now, taking 18th away just now is Quentin Moore on the inside of Dylan Poteet. Johnny Gardner runs 20th, and on the inside of him is William Brock in number 4. Let's take a ride with Johnny Gardner on this lap. Gardner to the high side, down about 118 miles in the middle of 1 and 2. Here comes off turn number 2. Well, gets a draft off Dylan Poteet's here. You don't see drafting on the 1 mile track often, at least, but in the turn number 3 at about 166 miles an hour. In the turn off turn number 4, 124 miles an hour. And Gardner's at that time by 141.76 miles per hour, and Gardner runs in 19th position again, as Shane Lake is hung up on the outside of the track right now. Just behind them, William Brock in the 4, Paul Minnick in 77. Nathan Orman in 40, there you see him. Manuel Hartnett inside of Matt Haas, that's for 24th, I think it is. Nathan Hudson right there behind. Rob Evans, the Daytona 500 winner, as well as the winner of the 600 at Charlotte. That big, long 80-lap marathon we had over there. Mike Becker in 44 right now, runs in 28, 29. This is Fitzwater, then Commons, Parker, Sachi, Brommer, Sanford, Henry, Winkle, Collins, Lopez, Nanico, and Anderson. And Casey Nanico, who started this race in 20th position, a good call member for him, has dropped back down to the 39th position. So single file racing right now here at New Hampshire National Speedway. As the field, as we said, being led by Jessica Shelton, the number 94 McDonald's Ford, looking for her 3rd victory of the season. Joshua Osborne looking for his 2nd. Cole Deaver's also looking for his 2nd, as is Kev Shearer. So 3 drivers behind Shelton looking for her 2nd victories of the season, while Shelton's looking for her 3rd. And also want to throw in Chris Darton, also looking for his 3rd victory of the season. Charles Sanford has not yet, strangely enough, that's not yet won this season, believe it or not. He's gotten close a couple times, but not yet won in the 42 Bell Mobility Chevrolet. Consistently running top 10 though, and of course he needs a top 10 run. He's currently right now 15th in the standings coming in this event. which is not like Charles at all, obviously, but looking to get himself back in the points contention. Right now, trying to look on the inside of Chris Dalton for position. Dalton, the 60 machine, the Power Team Chevy. His wins this season came at Darlington and again at Auto Club at California Speedway. And there's the man who currently sits right now, number 3 in the standings coming in this event. They're despite like Sanford not yet having won a race this season so far. That's Keith Batson, and I swear to you, I thought Batson really had it all in the bag at Daytona in the 400. I really thought he did. And Dylan Young made a daring move to the low side in turn 3 and got Batson in the third turn. But then Young, remember, almost lost the win to Ryan Brommer at the line there, and Young held him up by about a half a car length in that event in a very exciting Daytona finish, to say the least. But Batson, despite not having yet won a race this season so far, he is actually running third in the standings right now. He's not far from the lead, as a matter of fact. Neither and Batson, believe it or not, has averaged 9th place in results so far. He's maybe 9th or maybe a 10th, I think, is where he's averaged so far. As Batson looks underneath the 45 of Seth Culper position. In the meantime, Charles Sanders is now under fire from Kyle Matthews right now. That's 6th place right there on your screen. You're seeing right there. Sanford in 6th position. Kyle wants 6th. And same thing with Keith Batson. He wants to take 8th from Seth Cole. Meantime, Seth's trying to make the outside lane work to his advantage as well at the same time. And Phil Parker watching all this from 10th position right now in the Kellogg's Cornflakes Chevy. Alex Miller, 71, running pretty strong right now. Another again in 15th position. There's Dylan Young in 14th. Was looking for his third victory. Is looking for his third victory of the season. Not only for his third win of the season, but he's also looking for his third in a row, having won the last two, the race at Michigan, and he also won the Pepsi 400, as we said. Kyle Matthews has now gotten by Charles Sanders to take 6th position away. In the meantime, Joshua Collard looked low on Cat Batson for position. That's for 11th. In the meantime, Phil Parker trying to take 10th from Keith Batson. And while Cat now tried to look low on the 5 car of Parker. Parker drifts up the track. Here comes Cat Batson to the low side here. So yeah, she tries to make the move on Phil Parker. Nothing doing for the moment as they come off turn number 2. Now into turn number 3. Riding with Seth Cole in car number 45, as you see the lead pack up front. Jessica Shelton still holding the lead. Joshua Osborne still second. Third is still Cole Deaver. Shearer is still fourth, and fifth is still Chris Dollerton. There's the front bumper again from Seth Cole's view. Should have a bumper sticker on the back of Sanford's car saying, "If you can read this, you're too darn close." Bumper sticker like that should definitely be used for on either a short track or on a plate track for without question. So either way, makes you kind of think that. Meantime, Keith Batson is now getting a challenge from Phil Parker. Batson to the high side, Parker to the low side. Parker finds nothing down there for the moment. And meantime, the pack of Cat Batson, Joshua Collard, Jesse Turner, and Dylan Young is closed up in his pack. So a pack of about the front 14 cars. As we are now about to close up on, I think it's 13 to go this time by. In fact, it is 13 to go this time by. That completes that number 32 for Jessica Shelton. Alex Miller right now running in 15th position. As I said, again, a solid run, another solid run for him so far. Jay Jefferson 16th, Shane Lake 17th, Johnny Gardner and Dylan Poteet battling that's for 18th position. Gardner wants 18th. Poteet runs 19th actually right now. Gardner's got the 18th position for the moment. Poteet not giving up yet as they go into turn number 1, but William Brognow dives low side of the 22 car of Poteet's machine. And Johnny Gardner takes the Budweiser Chevrolet, moves it up another spot. 18th where Gardner's running right now. The winner this season at Talladega. Closing up on 10 laps to go here at New Hampshire in the Bass Pro Shops 300. There you see Poteet and Brock running right together. That's 19th and 20th. 21st right now is Paul Minnick. 22nd is Emmanuel Hartnett. 23rd, Quentin Moore. 24th is Nathan Ormond. 25th is Rob Evans. 26th is Matt Haas. Then Nathan Hudson, Mike Becker, Zachary Fitzwater, and Sky Cummins in the top 30 as he's in a battle now with Brandon Parker in the 20. That's for 30th position. On your screen, 9 laps to go here at New Hampshire. Coming up on 8 to go now as Shelton lengthens her lead right now on Joshua Osborne. There's a car up ahead of Shelton. She goes into turn number 1. They're coming off 2 right now. It's Julius Anderson, 16, who's in last place right now in the Prime Star colors. There's Shelton up behind, I should say. Not sure if they'll catch him before they get to before they get to the end of the race. So we'll see. And if they do catch it, and Shelton does catch the lap cars before the checker flag falls, that could spell demise, or it could be boldness produces fruit. Who knows? But around turn number 4 right now. Shelton completes that number 39 in the lead. She has now 6 laps to go. Joshua Osborne not getting too here. Joshua Osborne staying pretty close behind though. That was the front row. That was the front row for this race. There's Shelton on the pole, Osborne on the outside of the front row. In the meantime, he's got that black number 3 of Cole Bieber right there behind him right now. 3 drivers from the South in the top 3 spots there. South Carolina representing first. Representing second is second place represented by Kentucky, and third place represented by Georgia. In the third turn, in the first turn, I should say here, 4 laps to go, and they are catching those lap cars that are up ahead. They're about a half a straightaway separating the 2. Off into turn number 3, Osborne trying to close up on Shelton as they come off the 4th turn. Yellow flag flies for the first time here today. 2. And we have 3 to go, so that should be the end of the race right there. And the lap cars of Julius Anderson and Casey Nanico are pretty much safe. And it's the 6 of Jordan Lopez that apparently has had problems. 45 miles an hour on pit road, so caution flies on lap number 43 here at New Hampshire International Speedway. Actually, I really don't know why the yellow flag even flew. To be honest, there's really I didn't see if there was any car in trouble or not. We'll look and see. Okay, where did the trouble happen? Aha, there's the trouble that happened. It was Dylan Poteet in 22. Let's see what happens there. He came out to number 4. Poteet was looking like he was about to head on down pit road. Into the barrels he goes. What the heck was that all about? Real time. Okay then. So congratulations, Dylan. You just knocked himself right out of the race here. He'll be the only car out of the race because of a crash, obviously, but the yellow and white flags have flown, so that means for the 3rd time this season, Jessica Shelton is going to be a winner here today. Is going to be a winner this season here as she's led wire to wire from the pole to the podium. Joshua Osborne will come home 2nd. 3rd will go to Cole Deaver. 4th will go to Kev Shearer. 5th to Chris Dallerton. 6th place will go to Kyle Matthews. Charles Sanford 7th. 8th will go to Seth Cole. 9th to Keith Badson. And Phil Parker will come home in 10th position. As the pace car brings across the start finish line at an agonizingly slow 50 miles an hour, there it is. Jessica Shelton wins the Bass Pro Shops 300 here at New Hampshire International Speedway. And so the rest of the finishers here for you today here. Average speed 129.373 miles per hour. Kat Batson comes home in 11th. 12th to Joshua Collard. Jesse Turner 13th. Dylan Young 14th. 15th will go to Alex Miller. Jay Jefferson, Shane Lake, Johnny Gardner, William Brock, and Paul Minnick, the top 20. Then it's Emmanuel Hartnett, Quentin Moore, Nathan Orman, Rob Evans, Matt Haas, Nathan Hudson, Mike Becker, Zachary Fitzwater, Sky Cummins, and Brandon Parker, the top 20. Then the rest of the finishers for you here: Ryan Brommer, Marcus Sachi, Henry Sanford, James Henry, Mitchell Collins, Zach Winkle, Casey Nanico, and Julius Anderson was the last car in the lead lap in 38th position. Jordan Lopez was the only car that did not finish on the lead lap in 39th position. Dylan Poteet, who had a good run going, ends up with that dumb mistake into the barrels. Ends up finishing last in 40th. So I hate to see that happen for Poteet, obviously. As I would hate to see that for anybody, actually, who makes a mistake like that. But heading in the victory lane is Jessica Shelton, the number 94 McDonald's Ford, as she grabs her 3rd victory of the season. If you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. We got everything on the channel. We got inner races, gaming videos, whatever the president of the NNSCRA said calls ours for his channel. And be sure to check out our Cavalcade series, including the Duracell Cup Series, the Budweiser All Pro Series, the series finale, I should say, to the Budweiser All Pro Series for Michael Norman. And also check out on Thrash Maniac 99's channel, the NNSCRA Marvel Studios Cup Series, run by Thrash Maniac 99 himself, Levi McIntyre. And also be sure to subscribe to that channel as well, because we hear it's pretty good. So that will do it here today at New Hampshire National Speedway here. Jessica Shelton gets her third victory of the season. She wins the Bass Pro Shops 300. For now, this is James Qualls. It's been a production of the NNSCRA. Offline racing at its best. We will see you at Pocono.